Hey guys, TGCast Productions. So as you see here, I'm loading into GT Online for the first time for the Diamond Casino Heist. It's my first time playing online with the update. I'm loading into my nightclub here. Basically what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be centering most of my focus, or pretty much all my focus, around setting up the arcade business. I'm not really going to be getting into the heist that much. I'm just going to be going through sort of customizing the arcade business. I'm going to be buying the most expensive one. I've always bought the most expensive business. Or really most expensive property ever since the beginning. I've started with the most expensive, apartment ever, before businesses were even a thing, and then, with finance and felony, I bought the most expensive CEO office and warehouse. But you're gonna see here, I'm sort of skipping around a little bit, try to cut some time out because this video ends up being really long. But basically, I'm gonna sort of go through these first few cutscenes, sort of getting you introduced to the Diamond Casino Heist and what it's about, and then I'm going to sort of go through customize the arcade business and a little bit of what that's about too. So as you'll see here, I'm going to take the Enos Stafford over to Mere Park and meet with Lester. See, I'm just sort of getting all the notifications about the new vehicles and whatnot, all the new content, the new weapons. I believe there's only one new weapon, and I'm not going to really be putting any focus on those in this video. I might do another video on the cars and maybe some clothes and whatnot, and definitely 100% the heist and a different one. But this is solely focused on, like I said, sort of the introductory cutscenes, as well as the the buying and customization and sort of the startup of the arcade business. So, like I said, I'm going over to Mere Park right now. I'm gonna meet with Lester, and basically I'm just gonna go through this first cutscene that basically is going to introduce me to the Diamond Casino Heist and basically get me on the path of buying the arcade business. So let's check out this cutscene real quick, and then we'll come back in right after.
Well, I'm here. I was just gonna message you back and tell you to dick off. Then I thought, well, why not? Why not go down there and meet him and tell him to dick off IRL? Look, whatever you want from me, whatever this big new job is, I'm out, okay? I'm done. I already took every decent score in the state. I cleaned out the Union Depository. I took down the IAA and the FIB. I rang the bell on half the Boss Act 500 CEOs. I have more money than I could ever spend. Okay, so that's it. I always dressed like a retiree. Now, I actually am one. So go ahead, so I can tell you to shove it up your hiney. I messaged you. No. You messaged me. Who hacked my phone?
We did. In case you don't recognize her, this is Georgina Chang, Vice President of Chang Holdings. Investor, philanthropist, socialite. She was just voted the 89th best-dressed lady in China.
Yeah. Ni hao.
I did my undergrad in London, my master's in Vespucci, Mr. Crest. You can speak English. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
Miss Chang has come to Los Santos to deal with a regrettable incident.
Oh, let me guess. The Diamond Casino and Resort? You upset that Thornton Duggan muscled you out?
My older brother was in charge. He was taken advantage of.
Yeah, well, private equity money's always gonna try to screw you, lady. You wanna talk to a lawyer, not us.
You misunderstand. I don't want the casino back. I want them to wish they never heard of it.
How so?
You're going to rob it.
And why would we do that?
Aside from the vault stuffed with cash and different guest consignments every week, there's the challenge. Better security than anything you've ever seen. A truly dynamic and adaptive system.
No offense, Miss Chang, but every job I've ever done was impossible. Until I did it.
Perhaps. But do you know what? They told me you were the best in the business. And it only took me 5 minutes to kill your cell.
Okay, maybe I'm a little stale, but I'm not coming out of retirement every time some new money sink opens up. I'm gonna need more of a reason.
Then maybe you do it for me. Because I'm asking you as a favor. I'm not looking to make any money out of this. Anything you get is all yours.
We'll need a base of operations.
Find something, but we can't have anything to do with it. Your associate will have to be the front.
I'm not gonna pretend I haven't already looked into this job a little bit, professional curiosity. So I'll send you a mail, and it's up to you. Now, if you'll all excuse me, I don't want to miss the early bird special.
Bye then. He's just how I thought he'd be. I hope you can help us. Wang, let's go.
Yes, why not?
So you'll see here pretty much after the first cutscene, just says Lester will be in touch soon. Basically, when I go through these the missions and whatnot, these setup missions, sort of start the arcade business, I'm not going to show necessarily the whole mission. I'm just going to show all the parts that show all the dialogue and the important parts of the mission. Basically, you'll see here Lester just refers me to Maze Bank Foreclosure just to get the arcade business. Pretty much all our businesses are through Maze Bank Foreclosure. I think the CEO offices are the only one, or really the only exceptions. They are through Dynasty Executive. But basically, I'm going to go back to my penthouse here. As you'll see, I'm going to get on my computer, and I'm going to get on Maze Bank Foreclosure, and I'm going to buy the most expensive arcade business. Now, originally, I thought there was only going to be one arcade business. I thought it was going to be the Pixelpedes one up in Paleto Bay, based off the information we received. I didn't realize we were going to get a bunch of them. I thought that was going to be the only one, which I guess that would have been a little bit weird, just in the sense that, you know, everybody would be, I mean, I don't know. Then again, you got the casino where everybody just goes to the casino. It's a one-stop location. So, I mean, why, you know, not do it again? But I guess that would be a little weird for a business, but that's sort of what I got from it when I read the information. They didn't really make it seem like there was going to be a bunch of them, like with the other businesses. So, you know, that's kind of cool. At least you got some variety too, and again, you don't have everybody at one location, so that's kind of nice. You know, that just results usually in mayhem. But you'll see here the most expensive one is the 8-bit one, and it reads, as far as renovations go, the 8-bit has all the grit and grime needed to be the perfect hangout. This one-time record shop and 3-time drug front couldn't feel trendier. I almost want to say friendly there. Plus, the West Vinewood location guarantees a herd of cold brew drinking hipsters will swarm for retro gratification. And as you're seeing here, basically, I'm just going through the customization. Got to make sure I buy the most expensive customization. I will say it's not always my favorite. I do like a lot of the most expensive ones, but there are some other ones that I sometimes would prefer to get. But again, I do go for the most expensive one. You know, just to sort of keep that up, or the record up, as far as just having all the most expensive businesses and whatnot, and all the most expensive upgrades for them. You know, just to, like I said, ensure that it is the most expensive business possible. There's a lot of cool liveries for this. That last one, that's kind of funny to have in your in your arcade business. But there's definitely a lot of cool. There's a lot of cool customization for this. The one, actually, the blue one that I just showed you. That kind of reminds me of the land. If you ever played the adversary mode land grab, kind of reminds me of the sort of the towels that are put down and whatnot for that. There's definitely a lot of cool art pictures, a lot of vibrant ones. I feel like I feel like a lot of the more expensive ones were the more basic and bland colors, but I mean, that's okay. I mean, you'll see here, just like that one's probably the least vibrant one there, but it is the most expensive one. And yeah, just a lot of really cool and probably, you know, abstract art and whatnot. So, you know, that's definitely really cool in that sense. You know, again, I'm surprised that this is an arcade business. I always think it's funny. I mean, playing a video game within a video game. I mean, this whole business is run around, you know, it's our second legitimate business, number one. But I just think it's funny that it's a video game business in a sense, and we're playing video games within a video game. So, I don't know, I just think that's really, really cool. But basically, after I go through this, you'll see I have extras, which is options to be able to add a personal quarters or a high score screens, which I'm not actually sure what those do again. I actually have to read this. So I have to see. Oh, okay. So yeah, that's funny. I actually forgot. So I'm reading it as I'm editing this. But yeah, it's actually basically. I believe you can keep track of leaderboards or whatnot. Now, one thing I'm not sure is whether that's with your friends or with because if you remember in the Diamond Casino Heist or not that Diamond Casino Heist, Diamond Casino Resort update, there's also a garage you can add as well. That ends up being a 10-car garage. I'll look at that real quickly later. But if you remember in the Diamond Casino Resort update, basically the the sort of the Invade and Persuade 2 and the Street Gang Wars, there was sort of a leaderboard for that, but that wasn't based off other players, so I'm not sure if that's based off other players or not. But you'll see here, comes out to a little over 4.25 million. Not too bad. I think the nightclub was actually more than this. I can't remember as far as the arena workshop. If that was, I think even maybe the penthouse might have been a little bit more than that, but still not too bad. 4.25 million. Anyways, I don't even think you guys can hear that call coming through. For whatever reason, when I recorded, I don't think I recorded the call. But basically, I'm just going to skip going through the casino here. I'm going to skip right to the arcade business, and we're going to go through the first introductory cutscene, entering into that. Just go ahead and check this out, and I'll be right back.
When my Uncle Les said that this job was in games, I was thinking more of a esports league, you know, like packed out stadiums and global streaming rights and professional athletes that make millions of dollars, and they look like me, not a museum. I mean, some of these games are older than I am.
Okay, do you want the gig or not? There's a bunch of kids who chopped their arms off, but the boss told me I had to give it to you.
No, I do. I want it. Just tell me what to do.
Do you know how to use a broom?
Wendy!
Hey.
Hey, how's he doing? Actually, don't tell me. Jimmy, everyone has to start somewhere.
I know. This is not how privilege is supposed to work.
Oh, he's a family friend. I give him a week tops. Oh, so, what do you think? We need some more cabinets, a bit of a spruce up. This way. You know, I grew up in these kinds of places. Figure I might as well grow old in one. And this laptop will tell you everything you need to do. Why don't we, hear our fortune,
The odds are in your favor when you cheat.
Little something I put together. Anyway, of course, we'll have to get set up down here, too. You gotta use your imagination. Now, this is an area for your crew to work. And we'll keep the getaway cars there. We've got a practice area here, maybe, and a garage through here if you knock this down. And another laptop here, and maybe some sleeping quarters way back down that way. And right here is where we will put the planning boards. Everything we need to design the most complex robbery this city has ever seen.
Hello?
Oh.
Oh, look.
Hi.
So this is the nerve center. I must say, I'm very excited to have you both on board.
Be excited once we've cleared out the casino vault.
Or when Thornton Duggan throws himself off the roof.
I like you.
Do you now?
Yeah. So there's, some work to be done, but everything looks on track. If you want, I could run you through some of my ideas.
And I can run you through some of mine.
Sure.
Come back to my hotel.
The rich man.
We'll get some food and discuss it all.
Sure thing. I'll, it's a date. An appointment.
You're so funny. Good work. This place will be perfect. Let's go.
Okay, I'll come back once you've got everything set up. Call me, okay?
Alright, so after that, pretty much get to roam free in the arcade business. So all you have to do is setup mission. I believe there's 2 computers in here. You actually end up seeing. I wanted to do. What's funny is when I did this in a closed friend session because I just wanted to make sure I didn't get killed on my way over here. I wasn't sure. Sometimes on the day of an update, it's a little hectic. So I didn't realize you do have to be either a CEO or VIP or MC president basically to do this. I mean, I'm not surprised. You know, Rockstar usually does that with a lot of the businesses and whatnot, or the heist prepped equipment. So I think the only thing I didn't end up looking at here, as I was editing, I realized was the personal quarters. I think it was the only thing I still have to look at. I bought it, as you saw me do, but I forgot to go look at it. But everything else you end up seeing, I end up showing off pretty much before and after. And what I mean by before and after is there's that first setup mission you're going to end up seeing me do. So I just kind of wanted to take you through a walkthrough to see what it looks like at first. And obviously at first it looks pretty bad. I mean, it looks very grungy, very run down. Pretty much the whole part of it does. And obviously a lot of this, this all pretty much changes once you do that first, what you end up seeing me do this first setup mission. But I kind of want to just see what it looked like, beforehand. But yeah, it definitely doesn't look good at all. I mean, even the I think even the bathroom you'll see me go into, even the bathroom I think ends up getting better. Cool poster on the board, that Simeon movie. I actually never added that movie into GT Online, it's just a trailer for it. But yeah, pretty much everything gets better. I think even the bathroom gets cleaner. But yeah, the whole place is just completely and utterly trashed. I mean, obviously, you're not going to be able to run any business out of this whatsoever. But once you do that setup mission, it ends up looking really nice inside. And then there's obviously a lot more you can add to it, which I'll touch on later on. I mean, in this thing, like I said, it does end up looking really nice. Basically, what this reminded me of was a lot of the nightclub. The nightclub sort of had a similar setup to it. This is very similar to the nightclub in the sense that, like I said, the nightclub at least. The nightclub had two sides to it. It had a legitimate business and a illegal side, as well as this. This is a legitimate business and also has an illegal side. So this, if you were to compare it to anything, is probably a lot like the nightclub, and it gets even more like the nightclub when I talk about a couple things later on. But yeah, basically this reminded me a lot of the nightclub, sort of how those first couple setup missions are really what set it up and sort of renovate the place in a sense. Even though you sort of renovate it online, you do have to do a setup mission to actually officially renovate it and get it up to speed and up to date, so that you can actually run it as a business and have people coming through and make get income on it. But basically, I'm on one of my computers here, the one I think in my office. There's also one sort of down in the basement, so there's two computers you can use. And again, this is just basically to start up the equipment mission and whatnot. So I'm gonna let you guys pretty much just check this out, because there's some dialogue in here and there. It's a pretty basic mission, but I do cut a lot out, so I'll let you sort of listen to the dialogue here and there. Some of it's kind of funny, some funny references to almost GTA itself near the end, but I'll let you sort of listen to it as I go through it.
Gave us a little seed money to get us going. Ain't it nice having a rich benefactor who wants nothing out of this deal except seeing the money men suffer? From what I hear, her brother must have inherited all of the idiot. Wait, what? Where's the truck? Oh, don't tell me it's been jacked. Jesus, give me a minute. What a mess. Hold on. Searching cameras in the area. Lester don't give up that easily. Got it! Ah, just some stupid opportunists. Sending you a live location. Chase them down and get the stuff back. Nice work. I don't know why, but I was getting palpitations. Maybe because it was our Georgina's seed money on the line. Those arcade machines better still work. From the looks of it, those opportunists are coming back at you. Guess they must be gamers. Good work! We can play Street Crimes when you get back. It's a Degenitron classic. I remember when it came out, I was a good kid before that game glorified criminality and violence and corrupted my poor, innocent mind. Yeah, right. I've always been a punk. Park near the arcade. I'll get Jimmy to unload the equipment.
It's not working. These dumbass pieces of shit. I mean, I swear to God, they're not even connected to a network. And they're busted. I mean, come on.
Are they plugged in?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
what was I supposed to know about that?
Lester, you got a visitor!
Coming! Oh, you mean the owner is here, Wendy?
Yeah.
So, we're getting there, aren't we? Once we get the rest of the cabinets set up. You know, I have kill screened a shit ton of these babies, and by the time I'm done, I will do them all. Just wait till you see what we've done downstairs. We have been very busy. Hi! You remember Miss Chang?
Call me Georgina.
And Huang?
Yes, great. The place looks great. Good work.
So-
I'm terribly sorry, but we have to move along. John Pensy just ordered rosé.
What?
They can wait. Lester, you're going to say?
Yes. We were brainstorming some ideas the other night and came up with a whole new approach. When Georgina said that security is a level above anything I've encountered before, she was right. So, there's going to be 3 parts to our heist. Scoping, prepping, and the score, except this time they're all going to be much more interrelated. You see, what you scope sets up what you can prep, which then sets up how you do the score. Depending on how hard you look, you might find one exit route, or you might find a few, which then gives you different options. Ideally, if you scope it right, there will be 3 main ways to do the job. Number 1, aggressive. Number 2, silent and sneaky. Number 3, the big con, you know, like subterfuge, and with variation on how we can pull off all of these. Like this. Are you with me?
Now tell them what we talked about the job.
Yes. Yes, I was, just getting to that. You see, with security like this, we'll need to be more adaptive. If our approach isn't working, we gotta be ready to switch it up on the fly. Before, if you were caught being sneaky, we just called the whole thing off. But now, you're going to transition to the more aggressive approach, and you keep on pushing.
It's amazing. If only we could keep on doing it. Rob it every week. I want this casino to be the anvil around Thornton Duggan's neck.
Yes, but let's start by just doing it once.
I got a text. The rosé is getting warm. Georgina, please.
Oh, Huang. If you need me for anything, please don't hesitate to call. We'll stay in town until it's done.
It's in good hands.
I mean it. Anything, call me.
Roger that. Roger that. Idiot. Okay, well, take a look at the board, and when you're ready, you know what to do.
So right here is where you pretty much have the option to do or start the heist. I skipped that part, at least in this video. I did start the heist up, but I didn't really want to show it in this video. I didn't want to start making it confusing because, like I said, I really just want to focus on the arcade business for the most part in this video. I want to just go through it real quickly. I'm going to go through it one more time at the end, but I want to sort of show you the transformation after doing that first prep mission, so it looks really cool. Got sort of a jukebox in the back here. I think that's cool. I think the only other place we have a jukebox is in the I want to say the MC Clubhouse. I may be missing another property, but I think the MC Clubhouse might be the only one. Got a lot more posters on the wall now, which is pretty cool. I think there's a lot of the games we're able to, or arcade games we're able to end up investing in our business. The bathroom looks a lot cleaner, which is nice, obviously. But yeah, even the office looks a lot cleaner. I think it looks mostly the same, but it's a lot more tidied up, a lot more cleaner. And I was trying to figure out if we can maybe use that bicycle on the wall or not. I think that's just for show. but almost looks like one of the bicycles we could store in our 10-car garages and like our apartments and whatnot, like the older apartments from like when the game first came out. You can also get a drink at the bar, which is pretty cool. So another cool added feature. Most of our properties, I'd say at this point, sort of have this feature. Like our penthouse has it, nightclub has it. I'd say at least the more recent features have like some sort of, I guess, bar inside of our in our business. But it does make sense in this case. I mean, like if you compare it to the nightclub, you know, obviously you're gonna have a bar in there, and this is sort of also a public place as well. It's not just your own, you know, business to run, you know, nefariously. It is, you know, a business open to the public and whatnot, so it does make sense. This is kind of cool. Got like almost a projector here, almost like I think it's just a huge screen TV. It almost looks like a movie theater type TV though. Play Don't Cross the Line on with your friends and whatnot, so that's kind of cool. Almost like the one in your CEO office. But wall looks pretty cool too. It's a funny painting, or you know, funny sort of art on the wall, but still I think it's cool out, lights up and whatnot. Also, as I'm walking down here, I saw the sort of the Madame Nazar type of game or fortune telling thing. I thought that was kind of cool how they made references to Red Dead. Even sort of, like I said, references. Also, I'm just sort of showing the downstairs right now and what's down here. Obviously, as I probably go through the heist, more and more is going to be equipped down here and whatnot. There's my 10-car garage you see across there. But I do like all the references that they sort of have in here, even like references to story mode. It's, you know, definitely a lot of confirmations that we're past story mode. You know, Lester references a Union Depository and whatnot, and you got, you know, Michael and Jimmy. Jimmy looks, I'd say, a lot older now. So, I mean, obviously we knew from past updates that we've passed sort of the story mode mark, even though online started before story mode, but you gotta remember it's been over 6 years now. Also, I'm just sort of showing you the board there, sort of my heist board, you know, to do missions and whatnot. Again, I'm not focusing a lot on that in this video because I'm gonna focus on that in another video, but I'm gonna go on one of my computers here, basically show you some of the other upgrades you're able to get. You're able to get basically upgrades for there's upgrades for your actual business, and that's sort of what your total earnings are coming in and whatnot. For your arcade business, the legitimate side, those are all the games you're going to see, and I'm going to scroll down through those. And then you also have two upgrades that are sort of to the, I would say, the illegitimate side of your business, which would be the is I'll end up showing you in a second. But as you're seeing here, these are all sort of the games you can get. And there's a lot of arcade games. You see the Madame Nazar one. I think that's funny. There's even, I think, sort of like a cowboy one, almost like a Red Dead one. I forget the name of it. There's I think Invade and Persuade 2. I think that one was from the Diamond Casino Resort. But there's a ton of games you can get, a ton of arcade games, which I think is just crazy. I think I ended up buying them all near the end. So like I said, I'll go through the property or the business one more time and sort of show you what it looks like with all the games in there. But these are also just sort of this is the master control terminal and the drone station. And this is also, these are the two upgrades you can get to the illegitimate side of your business. I'd say out of these two, if you were to choose, obviously Master Control Terminal is definitely the one to get, and I'm going to show you that here in a second. But you also got the drone station, which I guess you can use that in free mode, or there's a certain drone you get in free mode, the nano drone or something. But I guess you can have like a few other players with you, because I think like 3 other players with you. I mean, there's 4 screens, but yeah, basically I think that's kind of cool. I don't know really, you know, how I didn't really try the range yet. I do actually show the drone in a little bit. It acts a lot like the Terabyte drone, as you're going to see, but I didn't really test the range on anything like that. I just sort of flew it around for a minute, and that was about it. I exited. But I figured I'd just get that too. Like I said, I just want to max out everything. But if you were to choose between, you know, one of those, the Master Control Terminal definitely 100% is the one you want to get. And like I said, I'm going to show you here just in a second, you know, what this can really do. And I am not disappointed at all. I made a video about this a couple days ago, what I hope this would include, and it included most of what I wanted. Most of what I really, really wanted to. So I'm really happy about that. Like, for example, like with sourcing and selling missions, you know, that's probably the biggest part, being able to monitor your stock. So I'm really happy about that. I'm really happy they implemented that in. You know, again, it makes, you know, your business so much easier. I think even Lester's sort of talking about it right now in the background, if you're able to hear him. But this just is a game changer, because like I said, for like double money in our P weeks with like MC businesses, it's going to make it 10 times easier to just come down here and buy supplies. You know, you don't have to drive all over the place and whatnot. It's going to save you a lot of time. So this is definitely worth having. Like I said, if you're choosing between the two upgrades, 100% get this one over the other one, because this one's going to prove, you know, 10 to 100 times more beneficial, especially if you have a lot of the businesses. So this is definitely, I think Rockstar hit a home run with this upgrade right here, and I hope they continue things like this. I don't know. I mean, this is a pretty good management right now. I don't know if they can really make it any better. There's probably always room for improvement, but I'm definitely satisfied with what they did with this. So, you know, definitely, you know, kudos to Rockstar for this upgrade. And as you're going to see here next, basically just real quick, I was going to show, like I said, I was going to show you the drone. I think you can have 3 other players with you, I'm assuming, because you have 3 other controls. I didn't have any of my other friends really come down here and test it and whatnot, but I just sort of wanted to fly it around a bit. And again, it's a lot like the Terabyte one. I don't know, it might even have a little bit better handling. That could just be me. I haven't flown the Terabyte drone in a while, but same thing, like the boost, the shock, the detonate, all the same sort of features that the Terabyte one has. The only thing I didn't test was whether this thing has range or not. I'm assuming it probably does. I don't think you're going to be able to just go indefinitely, but I sort of just want to see what it felt like and what it could do. And like I said, it's a lot similar to the Terabyte one. So, you know, again, not, you know, the upgrade that you really necessarily need to have. I don't know, it might help you in the heist though. So I haven't done I haven't gone through the heist yet, but this is my 10-car garage too. I don't have anything in here right now, so, you know, definitely I'll probably fill up a lot of the cars with the update that came out, you know, the drip feed and whatnot, the ones that came out, you know, today. So that's kind of nice. So I'm definitely excited about that. I also mentioned you how I ended up buying all the arcade machines. Fortunately, we got LJT calling me here, but I don't know if you're able to hear him. Hopefully you can't. But basically, Wendy's sort of the manager of this new arcade business, at least I'm assuming the legitimate side. Again, I've not done much of the heist, so I don't really know what it all entails. But as far as the legitimate side goes, sort of my manager, she basically texted me just telling me that all my equipment has arrived, or all the basically the games that I ordered off of my computer in here, and definitely looks really cool. I mean, it looks more like a sort of an arcade or a game place now. It looks really nice. I mean, major renovation, major change from, you know, what it looked like when you first sort of get in. And again, it's not like the nightclub. Nightclub was the same way, but it looks really nice in here. It looks more like the sort of the screenshot that Rockstar shared with us a few days before the update. But I'm definitely really liking it. It looks really nice inside. The other thing I also want to show you here is you'll see it says your arcade daily value. So again, I said this works a lot like the nightclub. So like the nightclub, how you have like money you generate each day, and you have it sort of stored in a safe. Same thing applies here. I accidentally walked in the bathroom here, but in your office here, you have this safe that also money is stored in here. I'm assuming maybe Wendy or something, just like Tony puts it in the other safe. You know, stores it in here. Basically, it's a certain amount that you make from, you know, your legitimate side of your business. I don't really know what affects it right now. I don't know if it has to do with, because I don't know if there's really any promotion missions or whatnot. As far as I know, it's just like you can buy the arcade machines. So I'm not quite 100% sure what affects that right now. But you know, basically, that is all. What I do know is, like I said, it just runs a lot like a nightclub business. In here, it basically shows you your total earnings, similar to how it does on the computer, the nightclub. But I still not sure quite what affects, you know, how much you actually make each day and not. Like with the nightclub, it's promotion missions. I don't really know what it is with this yet, but that's something I'm gonna have to figure out. So that'll be cool. But so definitely, yeah, I mean, the other thing I wanted to show you here was, you'll see here, I was pointing in the machine here, there's sort of like a trophy set. You know, there's a lot of trophy sets. I believe Arena Wars had a trophy set. Even a lot of updates have at least 1 or 2 trophies you can get, like the nightclub had a few trophies. Even your CEO office has a trophy in it for doing certain money source missions. So I don't really know how I even got that one. I really don't know how you get these trophies yet. That's another thing I still have to figure out. But I'm definitely, you know, it's definitely something, you know, with figuring out, how sort of how much money you make with the legitimate side, this is definitely something else I need to figure out as well. How you sort of get these trophies. The other thing you're seeing here real quick is I didn't feel right not putting it in, but I said I didn't put the personal quarters in. But if you don't have the personal quarters, this is what it looks like. Pretty much your basic bed, your gun locker and clothing options. Almost kind of like the bunker a little bit. Very sort of grungy. You can spawn in here though, which is nice. I believe it's under Heist in the interaction menu. The other thing I want to show you here, which I was mentioning about the drone and I wasn't sure about the range. Look how far I am away with this drone. I was just curious. When I went back to record the personal quarters, I just had to see that. I thought that was crazy, so I don't even think this thing has a range on it like the Terabyte, so that makes this thing a lot better than the old one. But in any case, guys, there's just a couple of things I wanted to clear up at the end of the video, but I don't want to try to make this any longer. I know this is already over at least 30 minutes. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, there's a lot to cover since it's a new update, and I'll definitely be covering more of the content with the Heist, in the next few days. But in any case, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, found it beneficial, and as always, have a great day.